એસેગની આ શ્રેણીમાં આપનું સ્વાગત છે. ગયા વર્ષે આપણે આ જ રીતની એક શ્રેણી ચલાવેલી, એમાં બીએસસીના સ્ટેટિસ્ટિક્સનો લગભગ સિલેબસ આવરી લેવા આપણે પ્રયત્ન કરેલો, પણ સ્વાભાવિક છે કે આખો સિલેબસ એસવાયટીવાયના બધા જ પેપર્સ એક કલાકમાં ફાળવવા બહુ મુશ્કેલ પડે, તો આપણે બધા ટૉપિક્સનો ઓવરવ્યૂ આપવા પ્રયત્ન કરેલો. આ વખતે સરકારશ્રી તરફથી આપણને ફરીને સ્ટેટિસ્ટિક્સ વિષયમાં આપણને આ શ્રેણી આપી છે. તો આ વખતે આપણે એવું પ્લાનિંગ કર્યું છે કે જે સ્ટેટિસ્ટિક્સના પહેલાં કોર સબ્જેક્ટ્સ કહેવાય, કોર ટોપિક્સ કહેવાય, કે પ્રોબેબિલિટી થિયરી, ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુશન થિયરી, સ્ટેટિસ્ટિકલ ઇન્ફરન્સ, ટેસ્ટિંગ ઓફ હાઇપોથિસિસ. તો આ બધા જે ટૉપિક્સ છોકરાઓને થોડા અઘરા લાગતા હોય છે, વિદ્યાર્થીઓને એમાં મુશ્કેલી પડતી હોય છે, એ માટે આપણે આ વર્ષે આવા ટૉપિક્સ ઉપર ભારપૂર્વક વધારે સમય ફાળવી શકીએ અને ઊંડાણપૂર્વક ચર્ચા કરી શકીએ, એ માટેનું આપણું આ વર્ષનું આવું એક આયોજન કરવામાં આવેલું છે. આ લેક્ચર્સમાં શરૂઆતમાં આપણે પ્રોબેબિલિટી ઉપર 2-3 લેક્ચર્સ રાખ્યા છે અને આ લેક્ચર્સમાં આપણે પ્રોબેબિલિટી ઉપર ડિટેલ જોઈશું. આજે મારી સાથે સ્ટુડિયોમાં મનીષભાઈ ઠાકર એમજી સાયન્સ ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટમાંથી, ગોઠી સાહેબ સેન્ટ ઝેવિયર્સ કોલેજમાંથી ઉપસ્થિત છે. હવે આપણને ગોઠી સાહેબ પ્રોબેબિલિટી થિયરીનું બેઝિક કે પ્રોબેબિલિટી શું છે અને એને બેઝિક કન્સેપ્ટ્સ આપણને બોર્ડ ઉપર ગોઠી સાહેબ સમજાવશે. શ્રી ગોઠી સાહેબ.
વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો, સ્ટેટિસ્ટિક્સ સબ્જેક્ટનો જે સૌથી શરૂઆત થાય છે પહેલાં એ પ્રોબેબિલિટી થિયરી છે. પ્રોબેબિલિટીના ચેપ્ટરની શરૂઆત કરતાં પહેલાં, પ્રોબેબિલિટી શબ્દની વ્યાખ્યા આપતા પહેલાં જે અમુક ટર્મ્સની જે જરૂર પડે છે પહેલાં એની વાત કરીએ આપણે. તો સૌથી પહેલાં છે રેન્ડમ એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ. સાયન્સના વિદ્યાર્થીઓ એક્સપેરિમેન્ટથી તો પરિચિત હોય જ છે. રેન્ડમ એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ એટલે એવો એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ કે જેના પરિણામની આગાહી ન થઈ શકે. એન એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ which can be repeated a number of times, essentially under the same conditions, and then also if we are not able to predict the outcomes before we actually perform the experiment, then it is called random experiment. So outcomes are not predictable. For example, in tossing of a coin, even if we toss the coin 100 times, we know the results of 100 tosses. Suppose we got 65 times head, remaining 35 times tail. If we toss so we know the results of 100 tosses. Now, if we toss the same coin 101st time, then we cannot predict with certainty, and therefore it is called random experiment. આ બધી વસ્તુ આપણે પહેલાં જોયેલી છે, એટલે વધારે ડિટેલમાં નથી લેતા. રેન્ડમ એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ જે હોય એને સપોઝ ઇફ વી ટોસ એ કોઈન, then there are two outcomes, H and T. If we toss a die, throw a die, then there are 6 faces on a die, and therefore there are 6 outcomes, number 1 to 6. Similarly, if we toss 3 coins at a time, then there are 2 raised to 3, 8 outcomes. So there can be 2, 4, 6, 8 outcomes, but we cannot have any random experiment having only one outcome, because if there is only one outcome, then every time that will occur and one can easily predict next time, and therefore it does not remain random. So random experiment must have at least 2 outcomes, and set of all possible outcomes is known as sample space. To denote the sample space, so this sample space is actually a set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. To denote the sample space, we have several types of notations. Sometimes people denote it by S, sometimes U for universal set. Generally, we denote it by sample space omega. We denote it by omega. So, suppose in an experiment of tossing a coin, there are 2 outcomes, and if we take set of both the outcomes, then it is a sample space. So we can have many examples of sample space in throwing a die. Omega is equal to set 1, 2, 3 up to 6 and so on. A sample space may be discrete or continuous. If a sample space is finite, a set, actually sample space is a set. So finite set means a set having finite number of elements is called finite set. So if sample space is finite or infinite but countable, then it is called discrete sample space. If sample space is infinite and uncountable, then it is called continuous sample space. The illustration of continuous sample space is of this type. Suppose 0 to 50, it can take any possible value between certain these two limits, and therefore it is a continuous sample space. In college level, in SY, BSc, TYBC level, we generally talk about the finite sample space only. Then third definition is event. The other name is case. Events. Any subset of the sample space omega is called an event. Phi, particularly phi, is subset of omega because phi is impossible event. Phi is null set, and we know that null set is subset of any set. So that way phi is subset of omega, and therefore phi is an event. But there is no element in phi, and therefore it can never occur, and therefore we call it impossible event. It is not possible that phi can occur, and therefore phi is known as impossible event. Omega itself is subset of omega. Any set is subset of itself. So omega is subset of omega, and therefore omega is an event. For example, see here in the case of tossing a coin, omega is set ht. Now suppose h has occurred, then also omega is said to occur. If t occurs, then also omega is said to occur. So in any case, omega is definitely going to happen. It is certainly going to happen, and therefore omega is known as certain event. If we consider only singletons, say h, t, like this, singletons of sample space omega are called elementary events. Remember that these events are ultimately subsets, and therefore they are sets, and therefore all the properties of set theory can be applied to events also. Property like union, intersection, complementation, etc. So all De Morgan's rule, etc. All these properties can be applied to events also. So first of all, we take first property, say union. Let A and B be any two events, subsets of omega. Union of A and B is denoted by A union B, and it is a set of all those elements which belong to either A or B. Remember that in the word or, meaning of and is also there. We have to consider those elements also which are belonging to A and B both. Meaning of, generally when we write simply A is an event. When we write simply A, that means event A occurs, event A happens. Occurrence of the event A. A union B means either event A occurs or B occurs, or A and B both occur together. So meaning of A union B is at least one of the events A and B occurs. At least one of these two events occurs. That is union. Remember that A is subset of A union B, B is subset of A union B. The next property is intersection. Intersection of A and B is denoted by A intersection B, and it is a set of all those elements which belong to A and B both. So here we have to consider common elements of A and B. Now we go for the meaning of A intersection B. Event A occurs and event B occurs. Means events A and B occur together. Events A and B occur simultaneously. So A intersection B indicates the simultaneous occurrence or joint occurrence of events A and B. Naturally, we know, as we know, A intersection B is subset of A intersection B is subset of B also. Third is complementation. Complement of an event A. Complement of an event A. notation is A dash, sometimes it is denoted by A bar, AC, and sometimes it is denoted by this way, script CA, complement of an event A. These are different notations. A dash is the set of all those elements which are the elements of omega and they are not the members of A. So set of X such that X is a member of omega and X should not belong to A. So the elements which are not belonging to A are included here in A dash. A means event A occurs, A dash means event A does not occur. Remember that A intersection A dash is phi, A union A dash is sample space omega, complement of A dash is A itself, etc. Similarly, phi dash is omega, omega dash is phi. So these are the properties of complement of an event. One more event which is A minus B, difference of two events is defined. A and B are any two events, means subsets of omega. The notation of difference of A and B is A minus B. Here we take only those elements which belong to A and which are not the members of B. Set of elements of A not belonging to B. Similarly, B minus A is defined as set of X such that X belongs to B and X does not belong to A. Now we go for meaning. A minus B means event A occurs but B does not occur. Similarly, B occurs and A does not occur is denoted by B minus A. Remember that A minus B intersection A intersection B is phi. Similarly, B minus A intersection B is phi. Union of A minus B and A intersection B is A. Union of B minus A and A intersection B is B. Intersection of all the three, A minus B, intersection A intersection B, intersection B minus A is equal to phi. If we take union of these three, that means A union B. A minus B can be written as A intersection B dash, elements of A which are not the members of B. B dash means elements which are not in B. Similarly, B minus A means B intersection A dash, or we may write A minus B is equal to A minus elements of B means A intersection B. So A minus A intersection B means A minus B. Similarly, B minus A means B minus A intersection B. And here for these two results, last two results, left hand sides are equal and therefore right hand side must be equal. So we can say that A intersection B dash is equal to A minus A intersection B. So this is about difference of two events. Ultimately meaning is event A occurs and B does not occur. Then in any function f, suppose f from A to B, A is domain, B is codomain, function from A to B. So if domain is a set of points, then it is called a point function. And a function, a domain is a set of sets, then it is called a set function. So before we define probability set function, I want to define the word field. Field is a non-empty class of subsets of omega such that it is closed under the formation of union and complementation. Means if A and B are the members of F, if we denote the field by F, if A and B both are members of F, then A union B belongs to F and complement of A should also belong to F. If these two properties are satisfied, then F is called a field. The other definition is sigma field. or sometimes it is known as Borel field. The other name is Borel field. So Borel field is a field on omega. Field means these two conditions are satisfied, and it is closed under the formation of infinite union and intersection. Generally, Borel field notation is B. Borel field B. Now we define a set function. Set function because B is a Borel field, means it is a one type of field, means it is a class of subsets of omega. So it is a set of sets, and therefore the function defined on B is called a set function. So let omega be any sample space. B is a Borel field defined on omega, and P is any set function from B to R. Remember that domain of this set function P is B, codomain is R. If P can satisfy following three axioms. Axiom number 1, it satisfies suppose following three axioms. First axiom is for any A belonging to B, for all A belonging to B, PA should be greater than or equal to 0, non-negative. Second axiom, P of omega is equal to 1. And third, if A1, A2, AN and so on is a sequence of mutually exclusive cases, then P of union of AI, summation is over I, should be equal to sum of PAI, summation of. If these three axioms are satisfied, then P defined on B is called probability set function, and triplet omega B P is called probability space. Remember that these are